James Gunn says that The Batman Part 2 from Matt Reeves is still happening. And then, of course, we're getting Batman Part 3, Batman Brave and the Bold, Clayface, and more Bat Family films. So how exactly are rivaling Batman products going to coexist? Well, don't worry about that because James Gunn provides us with an answer and a solution. You just space them out and hope for the best. So a couple of things here. Are today's viewers much smarter than viewers from back in the day? Well, not necessarily. I think viewers back in the day, like 20 years ago, were always smart enough to be able to differentiate different iterations of the character, but Hollywood would tell you they weren't smart enough. Because back in the day, the rule for Smallville was no flights, no tights. And then they started to get into it, and WB came down to them and said, look, we're doing another Superman film, Superman Returns at the time, and even when they were finishing up, Man of Steel was in development, and both times they were like, look, don't allude to the whole Superman thing too much anymore, don't make him fly as much, make sure you don't do anything with the suit, people are going to be confused. And again, they considered viewers absolute idiots. Batman, the same thing. This has always been something because they think that everyday viewers are stupid. Now, yes, there is a degree of stupidity and people not understanding it, but largely you can understand, hey, it's a different version of the character, right? It's not a problem. I mean, it happens all the time. So recently, James Gunn was asked about the DCU Batman not being Robert Pattinson, what they're doing with Batman Brave and the Bold, and how are you going to market both of these films at the same time in both these separate universes? He said, well, Batman Brave and the Bold is a DCU film, of course, first and foremost. And the goal is to make sure that when you watch that film, that you can tell visually it is distinctly different. But also, when it comes to Matt Reeves' Batman films, you are not going to get cross-pollination of advertising or it being pushed on you during the same year. So what he's saying is, when The Batman is coming out, they're devoting all their time and money to promoting that film as the Batman film, right? That's their one Batman film. That film comes out, let's say 2028, still optimistically, right? Maybe 27, who knows what they're pushing for these days anymore. Then you wait till that marketing cycle is down, and then you start the next one. So this does make sense in theory, right? It does make sense because it just works in terms of how people get hyped for a product and then how quickly hype dies off. Like these days, a video game, the life cycle of a video game now is so short, it's incredible. You get the hype up, that's like 2 to 3 months maximum. And then the part of the conversation that the game remains in conversation about, as game of the year or something that you want to talk about, is now less than 2 weeks. Before, it used to be months. It's changed. Same thing for films now. Thunderbolts came out this year. Same with Captain America. I mean, even Superman, and that conversation's already dying down. We are no longer in the conversation lasts 6 months for a film. It's hard to do that now. People just are moving quickly. There's so much to consume. So I don't think this is going to be a problem. I think him stating that this is how they're going to handle it and how they're going to treat the Batman versus Brave and the Bold is smart. And the moment people see Brave and the Bold and you got a Bat family, it's brighter, it's a completely different world, he's not realistic and all that, they're going to understand, oh, it's not the Twilight guy, it's, I don't know, Reacher guy. Cool, let's go watch it. And of course, then they can sweeten the pot by mentioning Superman or showing Superman or something, and you automatically connect the dots and go, oh, it's like the MCU, but for Batman. And then you're in. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.